I'd like to welcome everybody to the May 7th Historic Commission meeting. We do have five commissioners on, just so everybody knows when it's your turn to come up. We have the agenda, so state your name, your residential address, and then what your project is, and then tell us about your project. Just for procedure, you do need 4 yes votes for the project you carry. We have 5, so you can do 4 out of 5. Get started. We don't have minutes. The minutes will be pushed to the next meeting. So we'll move to continue the hearings. 185 Belmont Avenue windows. Give it a roll call. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. Commissioner Nardi. Online. You see your nod here.
Yes, I'm online.
Thank you. Yes. Commissioner Dorsey. Absent. Commissioner Walsh is absent. Commissioner Nesport. Yep. And Commissioner Coffey. Here. Okay. All set. Thank you, Scott. 185 Belmont Ave. We have 185 Belmont Ave. Okay, so you will be here, I think. Okay, great. Next continuing hearing would be the East South Long Hill Street. Let's see here. He said he would be here. Okay. We'll go back with those. New public hearings, 65 Bellevue Avenue, solar power panels. Breaking out on this so far here. We'll be here too. How about 17 George Street? Solar power panel.
65 Bellevue and 17 George Street are both sunrise.
Both the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
60 buyers Street is we don't have a quorum to hear 60 buyers, so that will be pushed to the next agenda. I guess you guys can take a vote to continue it to that meeting.
Okay.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah.
Is there a summary for 65 Bellevue, or is that the same? I don't have a summary for 65 Bellevue.
Did I not put it in?
Yeah, for the new hearings.
Yeah.
I see it. We might just do this one.
Second page on the bottom. But I do see some around here, so
Yeah.
we can.
Okay. Well, I just continue buyers and then we can come back to 65 Bellevue.
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion to continue for 60 Bar Street.
So. Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Okay, any opposed?
I have one abstention from me.
And I'm, well, 2 abstentions actually. I don't think I can vote on the motion, can I? We'll go with it.
That might be a question for Attorney Shuchak. Attorney Shuchak.
What's the question?
So 60 Byers Street. Commissioner Nardi and myself are both affiliated with that project. So we don't have, part of the reason we need to extend it is we don't have a quorum for it to be heard tonight.
Yep.
Now I'm trying to have a motion to continue it the next meeting.
But we still wouldn't have a
So-
quorum, right?
I can't vote to continue the motion. Or can I? Because it's a motion to continue.
But you're not speaking on anything on,
Nope.
what's actually going on. You're just voting on continuing it. So I don't think there's an issue there.
Okay.
You're not voting on whether to approve or,
Go.
any actual item. So you can get on to the next, you can continue to the next meeting.
Okay. We did, you guys were, all you asked me to sort of qualify with. mine would be. Okay,
Our someone representative stepped out of the room for a minute, so if you want to continue 207 Pine Street as well, that applicant has asked to be continued to the next meeting.
okay, so 207 fine, we need a motion to continue to the next meeting.
So moved.
Okay, we have a second. Thank you, Mr. Coffey. Any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Yes,
Any opposed? Okay, continue to the next meeting. You. Okay, back to 65 Bellevue. You ready for 65 Bellevue?
And Brock Decker from Illinois Falls, representing Sunrun.
Very good.
At 65 Bellevue, we have 12 panels that we're installing.
We didn't get one.
65 Bellevue.
Yeah, we have the 17th York Street.
Yeah, that's.
Well. That makes him start out, and I apologize, I can go print them out if you want, otherwise I have them up here and
Let's just look at them.
Let's just try it on the
We need,
overhead.
you know, the-
apologies about that. You wanted to give a quick summary?
Please.
Okay, so we have a proposed solar power panel on the rear accessory building. With, this is a corner lot, I believe, so, even though it's, on the accessory structure, it's, really hidden in both directions, especially since I believe there is a fence here, and over and up the street. here.
Great, thank you. I was gonna say, if we can see that.
Drove by earlier. Looks like it's off. One was working upstairs in the second floor. Walking through the window.
So, you can,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, you can,
Mhm.
it's minimally visible from the road since the panels are right here, but you won't be able to see any of the equipment since it's going to be on the rear wall, I believe. You can-
It's on the right side of the, Exactly.
Yeah, so it's on the rear part of the,
Okay, so the shut offs are in the back
Yes, sir.
and the panels are gonna be on the rear structure.
They're on the rear structure on the right side of it.
Okay. And the connection from the panels to the
There's a
house.
front shed that's gonna be going in.
Okay, so you won't see any of that.
Exactly.
And any conduit, what's gonna be buried, right? So there's not
Right.
gonna be any visible conduit,
Right.
and then the shut offs,
Exactly.
right, and the meter, which is in the back. And it can't be seen on the abutting street, on the way.
yeah, I can show you what the. what
It's a
the-
dead end Bellevue is as well, you know. Try to go through it, say, yeah. Getting through here.
So this is Laverne,
Mhm.
other side. um,
Yeah, we can't see it.
No.
Yeah, so the panels will be on the other side.
The other side of the shut offs. Are low enough, you're not even gonna see it. Okay. Any other questions from?
I just have a question for Andrew. Is it possible to see the big screen remotely?
Oh, I apologize. No, I'm just talking.
Thank you.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, my apologies out. So, yeah, so the, real quick, the solar power panels are on the, accessory structure here. And that is this garage structure here. So this is from the Laverne. Yeah, Laverne. So you won't be able to see the panels because it's gonna be on the other side of the roof. And then from Bellevue. You have, you have a fence and some vegetation that, shield some of the panels as well.
So if you
Does
go
that make-
back to that other photograph showing where the panels will be on the structure, the photograph itself, not the drawing.
It will be the opposite side of that shed.
Yeah. It's, the panels will be on the opposite side of what we're looking at.
Correct,
Right.
right.
Is the roofing as in bad shape as this side?
I don't think so. Looked pretty clean for when I drove by earlier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just concerned if you put panels over a bad roof, are you gonna hide some trouble or
Looks like
not?
a little moss, and generally we brush that off, so it's not under the panels, you know.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions from commissioners? Okay, I'll open it up to public speak out if anyone would like to speak for or against, and just the general policy would speak out as if you're for or against the project. We tend to let people have a minute or two at most. If you're for or against, you don't have to speak out for it, but we open it up. Anyone would like to speak for or against the project for solar panels at 65 W? Yeah. Address for the record, I'm sorry.
My address, right?
Where you?
Yeah, it's Jacqueline Cleve. I live at 70 Bellevue Avenue, directly across from his house. And I came basically because I was very concerned if it would be on the front of the house. And also concerned if it would be on the back of the house, because as you can see it coming down Laverne, it's very noticeable as you come by. I'm just wondering on the, we don't have a good picture on the other side of that accessory unit. I'm wondering about the people that live in that house. Is it really cut? Because the fence looks,
Okay, so for
Low.
public speak out, it's whether you're for or against it, so you can't ask questions, you can't inquire,
wow,
you can state your opinion. Whether you're for or against it.
okay. Well, I guess my opinion is I'm against any in the front of the house or the back of the house, but I don't have an opinion on the accessory building.
Thank you. Anyone else for or against? Okay, hearing none, I'll bring the hearing back to the commissioners. There's no other discussion, I would ask for a motion on the application.
Move to accept.
Second.
Okay, thank you, Al. Any other discussion on the application? Okay, I'll ask for a vote. Commissioner Nardi?
Yes.
Okay, Commissioner Cole, yes. Commissioner Kroll?
Yes.
Commissioner Esper?
Yes.
And Commissioner Coffey?
Yes.
So with the application, as you know, what's been approved is what you presented, if anything changes,
Read it.
comes got to move, right? Or anything that's been approved, right? You've been here a bunch of times, but just so everybody knows, what's approved is what was
I wanna do the roof. we
what was
wanna-
presented. Anything changes, you gotta put it somewhere else, it can't be on that side of the structure, it's gotta move, you gotta come back, right?
Totally.
Okay, and you're also here for 17 George Street,
Yes.
okay, so just one more time, the name and address for the.
Rob Becker from Miller's Falls, Mass, representing Sun Run.
Great.
So here we're installing 16 panels, black on black, one Franklin battery, all on the back side of the house.
Two panels on the rear roof and the plans. And this is the building, I believe I put in the hearing overviews that there's a slight change, as you'll see on the back side from the drawing. Which is, you know, it's a little bit of a struggle to.
But the trees and.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the winter time, really, most. I think it's behind this building.
Okay, can we see the front of the house, please?
Yeah. This is the front.
See yellow.
Is it already the customer adds numbers on their house or do they have to come here? After the up 17 house?
Like the number on the front of the house,
Mhm.
that's got nothing to do with the
Alright.
commission, that's
Alright, just
probably open service or. I don't.
Just wanna ask if they
Control
have
number,
the-
it's not on the ask, we're just, this will look like if it's in the storage.
No neon.
Well, yeah, that might be the thing, right? That might be the thing. Okay, and shut offs are in the back,
Yes.
all the infrastructure is in the
Everything's on
back,
the back.
and external conduit,
If there's any external conduit and the whole of the house,
okay,
and usually there's not, you know.
okay, so in this one, we don't know if it's coming through the. Attic or not, it's gonna see on the outside.
Two-story structure, I'm trying to remember, no, it is a two-story, there might be a limited attic, with there's multiple parts in that
Yeah.
place, so, you know, it's limited attic space, so there might be some conduit coming on the back side of the house.
Whoever filled out the application said it's running through my attic.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
I
great,
guess I'm asking because you know.
Yeah.
Whatever we approve is what
right,
is.
and if we do it on the
So-
outside wall, we, okay, but typically it's on the inside if we can.
But you put it in, because it's in there, it has to be in there unless you get
Unless
it
we-
to come back.
Alright,
Or do you wanna change it now and just say it's.
well,
gonna be on the
yeah, it's
outside?
gonna be in the attic, and, you know, if there's any on the outside, can I state that we're gonna paint it?
Not bad, but
Yeah, we could do that, we've done that in the past, and it would be painted the color of the house.
Exactly.
Right, which is what we've done. in the past.
Once the guys can be handicapped once they get there.
Commissioner Lee?
Yeah, just for clarification, so in this photograph. This is not what you're planning to do, any of this business,
No, it's all,
it's just that,
exactly,
3, 6, 8.
16 panels.
Right there.
Yeah, I think they set out to do something with that.
right, so we have that.
They realized that it wasn't gonna be approved, I assume, they didn't want to find it.
Just make sure we're all on the same.
Okay, we're good, any other? Questions? Good. Okay, I'll open it up to the public for any comment, I'm gonna like to speak for or against the solar project at 17th George Street. Okay. Hearing none, we'll bring it back to the commission. Is there anyone that would like to make a motion on the application?
Move to accept.
Okay, give a second.
Second.
Okay, you need the discussion? Internet, we're on your move, do you want to add that if there are external,
Yes,
if there's
please.
external conduit that is painted to match the house?
Yes.
Coming from the roof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything on the outside? Okay. Mr. Kroll?
Yes.
Commissioner Esworth,
Yes.
Commissioner Coffey,
Yes.
Commissioner Nardi,
Yes,
and Commissioner Kroll, yes. So that's approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Maybe I'll make, if there's anything in the baseball, then we
Yeah, maybe, anything changes, come on back, let us know.
Thank you.
We have our applicant, I think the only, here's. You wanna go ahead?
185 Belmont Avenue.
Sure. Hey,
You like the guy that dealt with that, oh, number 6, you're next.
yeah, I wish I were. We've been rocked the one, and I think.
Oh, no,
Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Nice to meet you.
Thursday.
He does a great job for you.
Thank you.
I don't know him, no, he's like, helpful, very thorough.
Good, all right, so welcome back. so the hardship was the 36 windows, right? Black, we didn't have a sample, or we didn't see what the window was gonna be, right?
So I changed to a national window, which I think is unreleased. Yeah, I got the specs.
The truss guard. We switched to the truss guard, I put the specs in the packet. And I have the brochure available for you guys.
Yeah, to clear it up, we are doing the fake window a lot of that. Question marks with.
Okay, can you see the front of the house again, one more time, please?
And if you go across the street, we put nationals in there about 5 years ago, 198, 198, final cut, we do the same thing on our ribs.
Is that?
Right there. No, the next one,
This one?
right there, those are all national, black. That's what we have, without grids. There were grids on the former windows there were no grids on our windows. 185,
Okay, so
so that's what it would look like. In the black,
And that's your house.
that's the other house, yeah, right now, this one.
That's 185,
Right,
that's the one on the application.
So you were just showing us the windows across the street.
right, just.
Same as what the national
The
trust.
new ones will
That's
have
what
to
they
be,
would-
because there are no grids on this one.
Right.
And I had to replace my, I have a bullet hole through one, and so on.
That's not.
Oh, you do? Oh.
We see those over time, I think the,
The 198 one.
yeah, so the question always is, what's the bottom so look like, so. Those look pretty slim,
I can see them.
they look pretty slim.
They're all.
Yeah.
About 27 of them. We've worked out well for us. No problems.
Could we see the picture window you were going to?
Sure, you had to focus on the last.
Yeah.
Up there on the left there.
I remember.
That is it's just glass,
It's glass, yeah.
right?
Is that original?
You got a lot.
Original.
Oh, I think it is, you need to talk with them.
Okay. He thinks it is, he's not sure, he thinks it is.
The windows are covered.
Yeah. This is what the original,
Does it?
I don't think so, hard to know, I mean, the way it's framed, it's just a
got
piece of
aluminum
glass.
panel in front of it, a little bit of window in front of it,
Oh, okay,
so, yeah.
Yeah, we should see that kind of window.
Because the interior has the same trim as all the other house.
okay.
All kinds of. pictures.
Yeah. These now was what the original. Somebody,
Shutters, yeah.
Still more.
yeah,
You think that's the same window, no?
I think so. I think that's,
What's a double wind sedge from?
yeah, it's not the same.
Not the same. Not the same. For your folks in the audience, 1939, the city, there was a federal program they were on, captured a lot of pictures. So we reference that a lot. So as far back as you can see, it's the only city road resource that's available. So sometimes your house or whatever house we're looking at is in the database, and if we can find it, it's a good point of reference to see at least what it was in 1939.
Is that accessible to everybody?
Yeah, you can actually go to the Springfield Library.
Well, without going down there.
Yeah, and actually the Preservation Trust has it online as well, so you can look at the database there, but if anyone's ever curious, you can use that resource, but we use it a lot just for. At least you have something, like, you know, what was it in 39, so. Okay, any other questions from commissioners on the window or? Okay,
They- And they will be black.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Similar to what we have
That's it.
now, the aluminum is gold.
okay, we'll open it up to public comment, if anyone would like to speak for or against. The bill project proposed at 185 Belmont Avenue. Okay, then none, we'll bring it back to the commission. And I would entertain a motion from.
I make a motion to approve the installation of windows. As stated in the application,
Black and gold.
black and white.
Thank you.
Good, there is a second? On the motion?
Second,
You. Okay, any other questions or comments from commissioners? Okay, we'll take the vote, Commissioner Nestor,
yes,
Commissioner Coffey,
Yes.
okay, Commissioner Nardi,
Yes,
Commissioner Paul is yes, Commissioner Truesdale.
yes.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck with your project, is there tonight, if anything changes, if that one was not available, or you can change something.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Very good, thank you. Good luck with your project.
Yes, appreciate it.
Okay, so no. Long Hill. Okay. Move to Westminster Street. Moville, Westminster Street, line down, sir. Name and home address for the record, please. Right.
Alan Rugman, 1 Courtney Street.
Very good. And the name and address for the record.
Simmons. 5 Bloomfield Street.
Very good. Yes. Okay.
So, trying to do a little construction on Westminster Street.
Talk to us about your schematics and the proposal. Materials.
Colonial house, backing board inside and architectural shingles. Burglar porch. 2-car garage in the back. Black windows, black door. Black shutters. Half grade.
A lot of nice detail there. Okay. You see the lot.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little tricky because it looks like the neighboring lot, very big a house, so we don't have.
So someone's on double secret probation there.
Yeah, so it's fortunately a little tricky. I can kind of drive you down the street so you can get a
Yep.
sense of.
That is Mr. Ali just spoke to me. Right.
How come it's smoked out?
So from what I understand is if you want like a person can contact Google to have their specific house
Their
blurred.
location blurred.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah.
So if you back up a little bit.
Yeah.
That right there is
That little lot.
yep, that's the existing driveway.
Yeah.
So I'm still gonna keep that driveway and the house is like built off back of, on the left side. The driveway comes around to the back of the garage.
So right now it's an empty lot,
Yep, empty.
right? At some point there was a house there, they had a driveway.
Yeah.
They're just that's there's nothing there. And so the front of the house that we see it, the driveway is gonna be to the left hand side of the house.
So the driveway's on the right side.
You know,
Okay,
so like this driveway,
Yep.
and then, you know, the house is
so
just
the house will be,
right in front of that fence.
Yeah. and what's the setback from
Yeah,
where the house, like, where's the house gonna start from, say, like, where the sidewalk is, how far back is the house?
It's even with all the houses on the street.
Okay,
So this is this is the. Where it'll be, and it'll be at that same level there.
Yes. Size good.
20 feet.
There you go, that's what
Yeah. And the width of the house? 55? No, that's the width of the space.
Yes, well,
You've gone. 30 feet.
30 feet. And the lot is 55.
Question?
Hey, Commissioner Coffey?
Yeah, a few questions. One is. The max use double hung, double pane, black vinyl windows, is there a cut sheet for that? It says they're not on the list.
yeah, I did not find them on the, what's been approved in the plans.
Second question is, what would be the disposition of the trees in front?
Taking down.
You're gonna take them down?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to save one. The one that's all the way in the front, but I'm not sure if it kind of gets in the way of the drive.
Uh-huh.
But there's 3 pine trees, but I'm trying to save the one in the front. And those are the windows right there from ABC, it's the flat windows, then ones.
What's the? Is it a slim line or
It's a slim line, yeah.
is that the brand?
Yep, Max Blue 2, slim line.
Then what's the model on this one?
It's gonna be in the left bottom corner. It's gonna be the black window. It's gonna be double hung with the half grid. And the other grids on the bottom. Yep.
Okay, and the grids are external? They're not between the glass, they're on the outside of the house.
Yep.
So it's an external grid or external element.
Can they be internal or do they have to be external?
The preference is always external, because that's how they work. A wood window had
Right.
outside noise, they had like a regular wood on the
Only
outside.
thing,
Single
the
family.
only thing about the external that I don't like is like, in the winter time, you go to wash them out, you gotta come out and they're black. So it kind of like looks, you know what I mean, starts looking faded a little bit. That's so I'm asking that question.
You know, pretty's, you know, you gotta invest time in pretty, so sometimes, you know. It's just. The whole purpose of having this historic district is to look like it did once. So you're always trading. Function and convenience for style and appearance, and if you could do it in a way that looks the same and it works the same, that's the whole. Sir.
We haven't received the house number yet because of the application.
Okay.
But does the city have the previous number that was there that we can look up and see what they had in the past?
That'd be a question for.
So 166. Is there a neighborhood?
We've had,
They just have it listed as a parcel, obviously.
I just had a little picture, they didn't really show me.
$66.
You, what's that address?
Was that 202 or was that?
That's what was said, yeah, that's what was there.
Was that 202 or?
Hard to tell on the first floor.
It's like it's 1/2.
I think it's just that those are.
It looks like they're just curved slightly,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
So one of.
They might just be one over ones,
Right.
but usually
Well,
with
that
the porch
could
or
be-
the second floor, you would see, and it just
Yeah.
looks like curtains on the right
Yes,
side.
But that looks like mine's.
That's like 6 over one up way up on the peak,
Like,
which
yeah.
was not, yeah, that was kind of low.
But the rest look like one.
What a pretty old house.
I know.
The turret and everything.
I love the turret.
So that driveway is
Yeah.
clear, so I'm keeping that driveway.
Okay, and your house then will sort of be in that same spot.
It's exactly the same spot. It's like, if you go by, it's like a ditch where it used to be.
Sure,
You know,
Yeah,
Yep.
of course.
where the new trees came from, I don't know. But there's trees there now,
Pine grows quick.
yes.
And this was with the what, 39?
And you're gonna connect the garage.
Yeah, the garage is not coming out the back. So there's a garage way in the back,
Yes.
it's tearing, so it's gonna take that down.
Oh, okay.
can we, see if we can find a better picture on that window, typically we'd like to see some kind of symbol, it's something we haven't approved before. Just so we can kind of see what it is, the big thing is how low the sill sits, like on that last one. That he had an improvement, that you can see that the bottom part of the sash was real short. With the visually.
Yes, I actually have those in the application, which I can show in a second, but. There's the actual brochure that was submitted.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's the standard size of window, and then you can see the one from the. They go with standard size is 2 inches. And
Yeah.
it's-
Yeah, so that's on the upper part of the sash. That's like in the connecting. Like piece.
Yeah, that's the,
Yep, that's the.
Left side of the bottom looks. There's the same picture,
Yeah. Yeah, it looks thin,
it does look that.
interesting.
Well, the black's gonna hide the shadow. The size, which is good anyway, right, so. That's the window, any other questions on the windows themselves? What about the door? Talk about the front door.
You use some hardy plank on
On the siding,
the side?
hardy board, yep. Then the top is gonna be. Shingles.
Mhm.
Any questions on the door? Lights.
We go back to the elevation where it says 2 doors.
One maybe for the back, that's the,
Yeah.
I'm assuming this is like the front
Front
door.
door, yeah. Side door.
Oh,
That's
So,
the front door.
Yep.
that's one of the three. These are two.
and the side lights will have the bars in them, the individual panes looking.
So the actual window that you have in the Home Depot piece is a slightly different layout,
Yeah.
because there won't be lights over the top.
No,
There
that's
will
not
be
like,
lights
that's not
on.
like, that's part of the window. Like you go to, this is on the next page, the other part of it.
Oh, this is the second part, okay,
That's top.
this is a separate piece.
Yeah,
You will have the lights on it,
yeah, that's just another piece of black. that we'll
so there's,
It comes in 2 different.
and the doors, and, but the main door has 4 it basically, this one square. So the splits in it, yeah. Right,
Okay. So it's your inline 200.
So that doesn't have mountains in the
yeah,
side.
like one does and one doesn't,
So go
So
down,
where's
and then
that?
it's just the schematic looks a little different.
In the front, yeah, just,
can you go down and to the, down the next
Yeah.
page?
that's just another, that's glass.
Yeah, keep going, there's another door below that. There you go.
That's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
go
that's-
over
So
that.
that's the one you're using,
That's the front door.
Yeah,
the front door. That we
So the other one's the back door?
Yes, with the two windows.
Yes.
The other one's the back door?
No, that one he just gave me a different.
Oh, it's just,
Yeah,
it's okay, it's not, you're not using it at all.
So that's gonna be both doors.
Yes.
Okay.
With
No,
that,
the side door won't have glass in it.
right,
It'll probably just be a
Just-
regular,
solid.
solid steel.
Without any
Yes.
back door, right?
Okay, and outside is, can you go back to those? Kind of go back from the front. So the clapboard is already playing. I like the railing height, so you can see the windows. What are the railings gonna look like and be like? Are they gonna have a rounded top with the style coming down the inside from the top rail to the bottom rail?
It'll be a grip wheel. And the insides are black that going up into the grip wheel part.
Okay, so but the top handrail is gonna be
It's a
rounded piece, right? The styles are gonna come to the inside and then the bottom one's gonna insert. Right,
And there
Is there
are,
a detail for that in there?
I don't believe.
We just put the height of the window in there, I mean,
Okay, you don't have the detail for the railing and balusters. Just asking.
what about the railing coming down the steps? Is that railing that I see, or is that, or in other words, it's a hand?
will it be, I guess the question is, will it be a black pipe,
black.
or are you gonna have a
Black.
sand railing, like, you know,
Okay, right.
black pipe's good, yeah.
Porches is made out of Douglas fir wood.
Okay, and the
And the right.
tonguing roof
It's on the roof,
is gonna be,
2.5.
and you're gonna, they run toward the house,
different too,
saying all the right things. You guys did some homework, you know what you're doing, that's all this stuff that we like to hear, because that's how they made them.
You know,
Yeah.
this game.
So that's good, you guys are paying attention to detail, it makes it easy. Shingles, roof shingles,
Asphalt.
oh,
Oh, I have a note about this.
Yes.
Yes, so,
I wanted to know if I could do, black. I don't have to, but if I can, I would like to.
we're in the McKnight neighborhood, there's a specific guideline that says, medium to dark tone, but not black. He's proposing a pure wood
Yeah.
siding, and so the shingle color
Shingles
would
would be
be,
charcoal.
circle,
Charcoal.
So
That's
we'll
not
have
black,
charcoal.
that's charcoal.
okay.
okay.
So charcoal.
I have a couple of questions.
Commissioner Bernardi?
Yeah, a couple of questions, please. If you go down to the lattice, what is that material and it's not framed?
Yeah. Underneath.
Glass under the porch.
that'll be. It will be the close tight squares, but it will be framed in 4-inch.
Okay, because they're not drawn as framed.
That would be made out of, it's not vinyl, it'll be regular.
So will you frame it or?
Yes, it'll be framed 1x4.
Okay, Commissioner, did you hear that? So
I
it's
heard
not
that it'd be
drawn as
framed.
frame, but it's gonna be framed and it's gonna be wood.
The lattice will be wood and it'll be framed, so it would be good to see what it's going to be before you vote on it. How is it
Great.
gonna be framed? Are there 3 frames that match those 3 big pieces in the rail?
Can you go back up to? We should see the measurement of these poles right here, if you go. I believe on the, if you go to the front, what do we have there for the measurements on the front? So there'll be three sections. There'll be three sections and I believe they're 5 feet. I believe they're 5 foot sections. They'll be 1 by 4 and they'll be divided with two pieces of 1 by 4 to make the three sections. To cover this. And then,
So the vertical boards are gonna be in line with those posts that are part of the railing system.
right,
They look like they're in thirds.
Right.
Okay, and I have just one other observation. Is there a reason why the lights that are on either side of the front door much higher than the light that's on the side?
no, I think they're just there for design.
So are these the lights you're going to use?
What is the preferred height for the commission?
I think. I leave that up to the architect. Just looks really odd.
I think that's just a picture.
Which looks not.
It's tough.
The lights
lights.
on either side of the door look too
The
high.
electrical, the outside lights. Yeah, they just.
Oh,
They would,
the lamps,
I
not
just-
the.
yeah.
not the paints.
the actual, physical, the electric lamps.
It'll be even. That's just a picture.
Okay. And the size? Are they gonna be that size?
I think is Commissioner Nardi asking for the height of the light?
Yes, if we.
I'm wondering why they are up higher off of the porch level than the light we see on the side.
Right, and what is normal historical height?
I think correct me if I'm wrong, Commissioner Nardi, but you're asking why aren't they all lined up?
Here.
Correct. That's exactly what I'm asking.
Okay.
Yeah, so like if the two that are way up high were at the same
Yeah,
level
yeah,
there,
yeah.
you'd have.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of,
That's just a picture. They're all-
Yeah,
they're all
that's
the same
just,
height.
that's just a picture.
so
It
theoretically,
was just not,
light is the one on the right that's sticking out.
Yeah, electrician would want to keep his job. Yeah.
Okay, did you catch that, Commissioner Nardi? They would be all at the same height as the one that's bumping out on the right side.
that's what I would suspect. Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay,
Pillars. On the porch.
what are they making?
Yeah, the material and
Well, we're gonna do 8 foot round.
8 foot tall,
8
brown,
foot tall, 8
How
foot tall,
wide?
round. Those are tenants, 10 so.
and they're made out of,
It's pine.
where pine.
Yeah, wood.
the shakes at the top. What's
Also
the material of the shakes? Are they gonna be cedar or what's the?
cedar.
Okay. Very good answer.
You're saying all the right things, yes. That's great.
Well, it says here that it's hardy plywood.
Hardy plank is the clapboard.
Oh, shakes, hardy plank shakes.
Right.
Got it.
Okay. Well, then they would be hardy plank shakes, not cedar shakes,
You see up there,
right?
are they hardy plants?
So, well, I guess that's the question. What are you gonna put up there? That's got hardy plank. Is it gonna be hardy plank or is it gonna be cedar?
We're electing over cedar, it's a little cheaper.
Okay.
Well,
Cedar.
I mean, if it's acceptable.
okay,
Yeah.
Couple
No,
more questions, please.
sure, Commissioner Nardi.
Thank you. It's obviously it's gonna be hard to see in this elevation, but how are you venting this attic? Is there a ridge vent and soffit vents?
It's the house will be spray foam. So it would go I believe we're going 18-inch cellulose and It's not a conditioned space, so. I mean, however, they use the spray foam with it. I'm not.
So you're planning not to vent it.
Yeah, well, we're subbing it out to Gills in the Sun. So they'll be pretty much following hers with you.
So you're not venting it, that's what it is. You're not venting it.
You mean
It sounds like he's not venting it, but so there would be no vents underneath the soffits that extend over the edge of the house. No, in other words, they're not perforated vinyl vents or anything like that under there.
No.
Okay, and one last,
In the soffit, no.
question. These obviously are not real, on either side of the window. Words escaping me.
The shutters?
The shutters, they're just for show.
You're not.
They're not wide enough to cover the window, so they're just applied to the wall. They're not real shutters.
No,
And what are they? Are they vinyl? What are they?
they're hardly custom, I believe.
Better listed.
They need to be wood.
Our shutters are required.
No,
No.
it looks nice.
And their shutters weren't actually on the original Victorians, very few had shutters.
Yeah.
That kind of came later, like colonials and that kind of stuff, the big BS. Most Victorians didn't have a shutter. Some of them had, real close, but.
No shutters, Commissioner.
No shutters.
Save some money.
Don't blame you. Okay,
Thank you.
Good questions, thank you.
So can we get revised drawings that show all of these details?
I think that would be helpful.
It shows the framing of the lattice. and
Framing of the lattice, remove the
Shows the
shutters,
detail of the railing.
yep, move the lights down.
Yeah, it shows the lamps at the right height. Removes the shutters.
I might not have heard the answer. The stairs, are they wood?
Yes.
Douglas fir wood, yes, and the decking is Douglas fir tongue and groove.
Okay.
show the lattice. Divided into three
The
sections,
framing where the
so that it
breaks kind of.
parallels your.
And four things, detail of the railing, move the lamps down to
Same
be
level.
even. Frame, lattice.
And
remove
change.
shutters.
Change your designation for the shake to cedar if you're going to do that.
Yeah, if they're not gonna be hardy plank shapes, then change your details. Andrew's gonna give you some.
Okay.
Is this something that Andrew can present, or we have to come back to you?
You would have to come, I mean, you guys are the owner, right? So he's just here to facilitate. To bring stuff together.
We'd like to see.
Do I need to write this or you let me know?
I can email you tomorrow if you want.
Any other questions from commissioners on this?
Just a comment, it's a really nice. Approach to a new road, so congratulations on doing.
Thanks. They checked a lot of the boxes that people kind of come in with new, it's a lot of the stuff that was in original Victorians that you go through here, especially with materials. Layout, very well prepared.
Anything. I should also check on the ridge fence. So I think a ridge fence required.
Yeah, that might be something for you guys to look at is, because if we approve this and there's some issue with the code thing and you have to have a ridge vent, or you have to have gate roof, or you have to have some kind of venting. And it has to change how the design is, then you gotta come back, so you might as well ask now.
So, to the commissioner's question. So the ones that I have seen that they were on the soffit, but in some cases, they went with like a 4-inch or a 6-inch round, and
Yep.
then they just basically plated it with some type of vent that was
Right,
really-
but that would need to be part of the application. You don't have it, you don't have that anywhere on here.
Well, if that was the case in the route that we had to go, would that be acceptable?
It's been in previous applications, but all we can evaluate is what's in front of us.
Right.
You don't have that there.
Right.
So while it's on everybody's radar, you guys might just wanna research that and see, do I need to have a ridge vent? If so, where? And then, you know, just like you're saying, black. Minimally visible is always the best term, and then where would it go? You know,
So-
can it be on the front, can it go on, does it have to go on the back, so.
For rear vent, I'm talking about a vent treatment to the peak of the roof.
Mhm.
So it's basically there's shingles covering the whole thing. It's lifted up above the rest of the roof line.
Mhm.
A minimal amount, like a half of an inch or less. That's a good, not a soft vent.
No, it's-
Or exhaust vent, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
so you need to explore like what's required. And that's what we're gonna be drawing.
All right, so I have done one. I want to just make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah,
So they have used the roofer would using F8 aluminum, which would come out and it would just hang right over the 1x that's coming down for the fascia. Is that what we're talking about?
No, the ridge vent sits right at the top of where both peak roofs meet,
Okay.
So there's your.
and then you would have a gap. You would basically have a vent, instead of it being sealed, you would have like a flat air vent. And then something above it to keep the peak part of it.
Yeah, you see it right
See
there?
there?
That's what it looks
So
like.
they camouflage it with just putting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
they camouflage it.
Okay, yeah, you threw me
Right.
off when we said soffit, but
Yeah.
yes,
So
obviously it's a ridge.
it's.
Yes,
that's all.
yes,
So-
yes, yes, yes.
And I'm talking about just something different, you know, I don't see any events for like bathrooms.
Yeah,
So if you were gonna have like and I think you might have been talking about that, so if you're gonna have some kind of bathroom vent.
yeah,
It's when it comes out, there's gonna be some kind of extrusion or a flat panel or a round
Yeah.
panel, something, we don't see that, so. You might wanna just think about where the bathrooms are, is there gonna have to be some kind of
There's definitely been.
piece, is it gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
black and then invisible, it's
so
gonna be a.
that ridge vent will just come back 18 inches and they'll just put it at the top of the sheet.
Right.
Yeah.
But
right,
it needs
leave
to be.
Well, we
a
have-
gap between the two sides and they.
Yeah. So you would just incorporate that into the application.
So yeah, you just-
And one other thing, since you've submitted your application, the building department has confirmed that any new construction. The railing height will goes to the windowsill to meet their code, you'll probably have to put that black pipe rail.
Above it.
Above it, so basically you would have a black pipe rail that would. Sit above your railing between the two posts, so that way you can meet their 36-inch requirement.
And that needs to go in the draw house.
Yes.
Yeah,
On the drawing, it's showing it at 3 feet.
Yeah, it says it,
Oh.
the railing's 3
So
feet tall.
if that's 3 feet, then
are you guys fine?
And they're compliant.
Yeah,
Well, it's
okay.
36 inches, I mean, as long, the rule of thumb is always the railing. Stays at the height of the windows behind it,
Right.
right? That's kind of the historic standard. If it goes above and you can't see the window sills, then we generally want it lower, because that's how they were originally. So that you could visually see the windows.
I think in this case, the windows are higher than.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
it's like.
Yes.
You want to
Wait,
know
wait.
about the exhaustments also? Like they're flaps or.
Well, I don't see any vents, so I'm just saying, so if you're not gonna have any exhaust vents outside the house, okay, but probably you are. And so,
Yeah, got it.
you know, you might as well say, okay, there's gonna be a little vent up on the second floor for that bathroom, we're gonna have black vents, or it's gonna be one of the round half, you know, bulby one, we're gonna paint black, we're gonna paint the match, but
Do they have to be black?
no. you can do whatever you want, but it's gotta be part of your application.
Right.
So typically, everything is minimally visible, it's not an accent, you're trying to make it blend in, you're trying to make it minimally visible. You want everybody to see the bathroom vent and think, oh, wow, color, but you probably won't be excited about it. But you know, you can paint it however you like it, but it's not there, so I would. It's very good with put some on there.
Yep.
Then at least we can see it. Okay, any other items, do we need to go to public comment, because this is gonna come back again, isn't it?
You can hold off if you want, just to make sure we do it next time.
Okay, we'll hold off on public comment once we have all the pieces, so you guys are okay with continuing this to the next meeting? With the changes? So I'm gonna ask for a motion to continue on,
But we just go back to the front elevation for a couple other details? So I'm not sure if I heard it. The glazing is all clear glass. It's not tinted. Correct.
Everything is, all the glass is clear.
Yes, it's tinted.
No, none.
all the glass is clear.
Okay, and the last thing is, I'm not sure if the homeowner realizes that those three windows in the front, which I'm assuming is in the living room, they are 3 feet off the porch. And it's gonna be about 2.5 feet off the floor, so they're unusually high from inside. So when you're sitting down in the living room, you may not be able to see out those windows. Just so you're aware of that.
Yeah, I'm aware.
That 3 feet is what you would normally see like closer to it.
Okay.
It's very.
I'm 6 feet, I'm good.
Now I know where all my height. That's all right. Anything else, Commissioner Ernie?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay, so we're on need a motion to continue to the next meeting, please.
So, second.
That-
And. Commissioner Coffin.
Yes.
You, Commissioner Nardi,
Yes,
okay, Commissioner Cole, yes, Commissioner Judy Crowe,
Yes.
and Commissioner Escobar.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys will, if those changes come back in the visual, we'll get it back.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, please do. Okay, back to Longview Street. Welcome back. Hi. Any of the rest of the record?
Your voting links? You didn't burn enough with smoke links?
No changes since our last meeting. The plan was for you to put up pylons so we could get a sense of how far back off the street it was. What the height was, right? What the offsets were gonna be for the setbacks, right?
Right.
And I see that you have those out there, and I'm assuming the commissioners had a chance to go by and take a look at that.
Yes.
You see the design again?
Want to see the streetscape rendering or?
Yeah, that'd be great. Any questions or comments from commissioners on this?
Well, I did take, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Commissioner Hardy.
I did take the time to, walk across the street from the site and drive in both directions. And I drove also from the highway entrance to Long Hill Street. I think the, uh, the people proposing are doing a pretty good job of spending time working on details and so forth. The posts that are at the site now, the 4x4 posts that are up, they're very helpful in understanding how close this house will be to the property lines and so forth. At first, my gut was, wow, they are very close. However, I think what made me feel that is if you go back to the house, the White House, that they were looking to as a guide further down the street. Yeah, almost there. The reason why I think the proposed elevation feels massive is because if you look at this house, it's not the entire house width is not as wide as the proposed house. The extra porch on the right and the railings and whatnot on the porch adds to the width, but it's set back from the face of the foundation. So it's not one big, long, massive wall. I think that's the major difference. Am I making myself clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if you come back to the proposed house, if you
Real
can
quick,
imagine,
right there too, the other thing is this house actually is kind of on a corner. There's nothing but green space to the right.
well, you have a tremendous amount of
You're
front.
not, you have a lot of kind of green space to the right of that building as you're on a corner.
Yes. Yes. So the house is not this house is not dwarfing what's next door or anything on either side of it. But if you come back to the proposed house, there, its mass is fighting the detail of the house on the right is not as solid. In other words, there's a post, there's columns and a porch on the left side of the right house that's open. You can see through it. And that's true for the house on the left. So it's not solid. There's a lot of detail there. The proposed house is solid. So my only gut architecturally is if that face of that proposed house, a third of it was set back. In other words, the first two windows on the right, that wall was broken and set back 10 feet or something to that effect. The same thing on the other side. It would do the same thing as the house on the corner that we just visited does. It does not make a solid wall. So, but those posts that you put in the ground really were very helpful to understand. This is pretty close to those houses. So I hate to defeat that delicate porch work and so forth with this massive solid wall. Those corner stones that I know they're not really stone, but those cornerstone things add even more to the massiveness of the corners. I can see why the design sort of it could appeal to someone, but I think it's fighting it because it's close. It's fighting the delicate porch work and so forth on either side. That was my final gut as I was walking away, thinking, why am I staring at this? Why am I worried about this? And I guess I'm worried because it's too solid for that almost 70 feet. Notice the 50 feet on the house on the right, that includes all those open porch areas. The 50 feet on the left includes those open porch areas. But this is 70 feet, all solid, with a little porch in the front. The porch in the front helps break it up a lot. I think you've done a good job of doing that. That was my reaction, as I promised I would walk by.
Any other commissioners? Please.
I share Commissioner Nardi's concern about the massing of this house on this lot. And I think he's described it pretty well. I mean, it's when you look at it, it's also stylistically fairly incongruous with the houses on either side, which in and of itself isn't a terrible thing. But you know, there's mixed messages with that facing facade and the coins on the corner and the colonnade, which is it's not well proportioned to the rest of the house. And if you look at for example, the columns on the house on the right, you'll see that they're much small. You know, they're much smaller diameter. You know, they're not the mass that you're seeing there. Those are frame buildings on either side. They're not masonry, whereas this is affecting masonry look, regardless of how it's built. And then, you know, as said, it's a very large mass on a lot that doesn't really encourage that large of a mass. Whereas the one on the corner that uses this as the example or as a model has a much larger lot to sit on. You know, so even though it's a larger structure, that largeness is relieved by all of the green space around it. And you haven't got that here. You just don't have that real estate to work with.
If you don't mind me just adding, I think if you look at the floor plan, the reason why this has to be that wide, this particular design, is because of that cool pool in the U shape in the back.
Yep.
That's what's forcing this width.
Feedback?
Where the plan was to build a house that would be allowed with the building department, so the sizing of it, I get it, it's wider than the two houses next to each other. There are other houses that are as wide or if not bigger than this proposed house. So we are within the limit of the zoning as far as the building footprint goes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Any other questions from commissioners? Hearing none, I would open up to public comment. Anyone like to speak for or against? Again, get a couple 2 minutes and just whether you're for or against the proposed new build at 257 Long. Name and home address for the record.
James Sedlock, 24 Spruceland Ave, Springfield. After seeing the posts in the ground, I think it's just too big of a structure for the lot, for the everything next to it, and the design doesn't fit the neighborhood. Same opinion hasn't changed since this whole process.
Okay, so you're against it.
I'm against it, yes.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Denise Mulcia, 14 Cherryvale. Same, I said before, it's too big for the space that it's on, the. Detail, the architecture doesn't really fit with what we have there. I'll be looking right at the back of it, so. I probably won't even see as much detail as might be on the front of the street, it's probably gonna be less. And. Again, double lots are hard to come by, some of the boat houses on either side don't have a lot of land to begin with, and that's why people snatch them up as soon as they can, this. Infill doesn't really work well.
So you're against,
I guess.
thank you. Anyone else?
Carl was there, 14 Cherry Avenue, watching the posts in the ground. The way it just comes back on the lot, comes really far toward the fence line. It seems like it's taking up way too much space in the area. I think it should be a lot smaller. Or changing the whole thing completely. I am against it.
Anyone else? Sure.
Gary White, 14 Springfield, I'm in agreement with the previous three folks, the house is really too large.
Okay.
But by there several times looking at those posts. It gives you reality of what the space is really like.
See anyone else? We'll close the public comment, bring it back to the commission. So I would entertain a motion on the application. Sure.
So you've come several times to us and each time your design has been improved. But the size of it is still so massive that it makes it very difficult for me as a commissioner to see how it will work in this historic area. And I agree that there are other houses, but it's the style and the size. This, in a different location, this would certainly be something that somebody could build and enjoy. But in that location, I think it's just too large. Our intent is not to frustrate you. Ambitions to create this home that you're longing to create, but to make sure that what goes there can last the next 100 years and look like it was organically part of that neighborhood.
Thank you. Okay, go through for a motion on the application. From the commission.
It would have to be a motion to accept.
Motion to accept the application as presented. Yeah.
And so moved.
Thank you. We have a second.
I'll second.
Okay, any other discussion?
Just a comment. I personally like to thank the property owner for taking the time to keep working on this because it certainly has come quite a way from the original proposal.
Yeah.
Even though it's not comfortable for me at the moment, I at least somebody is actually taking the time to try to work with it.
I would echo that as well.
Yeah, if it's gonna get denied, we'll probably come back again. Sign.
We hope that you do. And if you can get an architectural line, it will really help us, like some of those earlier ones that you saw. That kind of detail lets us know in such vivid ways what you're building.
Okay, so we'll take the vote, Commissioner Coffey,
No.
Commissioner Nardi,
I want to clarify, we're voting the proposal as it stands, correct?
yes.
Okay, my vote is no.
Thank you. My vote is no. Commissioner Kroll
No.
and Commissioner Nesbitt.
No.
No. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thanks for all your work on this. Okay, we had continued hearings, we did all the public hearings, continue. Advisor reviews.
Yeah, so, type of advisory reviews. So I'm working on. Maybe reterming environmental reviews, because it might not necessarily be the best terminology, but in talking to Bob Farrell. Basically, whenever a state funded or federal funded project comes before you, or comes up, and they need the commission to find if it's an adverse impact, it's gonna fall under state regulation or section 106. So I'm kind of reterming things and researching it, but we'll have a better process to realize it. But we have two of them today. One is Bulls Park. Basically this part of it's their Bulls Samuel Bull Elementary School. They are doing some sidewalk and what did I say, sidewalk improvements, pedestrian improvements. And so those improvements are kind of laid out in the correspondence that they sent. Those are right here. So they're doing some improvements here, and a little bit up here. But it's basically just making it more pedestrian friendly. So the basically they're asking you to find that there's no adverse impact.
What are they actually doing other than concrete sidewalks?
Let's see. Project consists of reconstruction of existing sidewalks and construction of new sidewalks, installation of ADA curb ramps, incorporating new pedestrian crossings along the school frontage of Bulls Park between Windermere Street and Osborne Terrace. Project also proposes key geometric and safety upgrades near the intersection of Bulls Park and East Street. Limited portions of pavement will be resurfaced. Unfortunately, I did not get plans.
I was gonna say it on its face, it's hard to know what really they're doing.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to know. Like, so what changes are they making? Other than the widening for ADA to the street and the red bump strips or whatever frost prevention things, but there's no picture. I mean, I don't know that we really have a say if it's ADA or safety related anyway, but
and I might have been I guess.
Is there any, they don't say if there's any real change.
Yeah,
it sounds like they're replacing, but are they changing anything? Are you adding anything? Are you putting cutting something in? Doesn't sound like they are, but it doesn't sound very clear either.
Yeah, no, I might have been a little bit too cavalier on accepting it without plans, because I was like, oh, it's not even a historic district. So
the big thing, if there's a lesson with Mass DOT, they kind of just move that on to understand stuff.
Yeah.
So I would always ask for, exactly, are you just replacing the same sidewalks and there's no changes? Are you cutting anything in that isn't already cut in today? Because it's hard to know based on what their description is. Well, if you're just improving, we're just improving the house. It's hard to know it's hard to know exactly if there's any change at all. If they're just putting widened sidewalks in, okay. Mr. Mann, sure.
Yeah, so they would have produced a site plan.
Right.
To show the work that they're gonna do, so there's an engineering plan for the summer.
Yeah.
And they could share that. I mean, the only question that it seems to me that to be germane would be, what do they mean by making key geometric and safety upgrades to the intersection?
That
So I
to me is a tell.
Right, the sidewalk is the sidewalk, accessibility.
But when
concerns,
you're starting to use 4-syllable words, that can't be just improving, that's gotta be a change. What? It's nothing.
It's late, I think.
Yeah, okay, well, in any event, I propose that you ask them for a site plan.
Yeah, and I know there's a 30-day comment period that probably runs this runs on 15th, I think, but I can circle back, and if they say they're not accepting comment, then
At the very least, I would ask for such plan.
Okay.
Because then we can at least understand if this has been accepted in some way, what we accepted.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll ask for a site plan. And I'll tell them that our comments will be. A little bit late just because we needed plans. So, so that's that one. Willow Street. You don't have plans, but I have a better understanding of this project. This one is. They are essentially for. Here it is. They're essentially demolishing a lot of these site improvements already, so this parking lot, other associated improvements in preparation of a parking garage, so I can bring that up.
On that, Willow Street, is any of that historic?
No,
Any of the material that's being removed historic?
that part I'm not sure, but you know, it's in East Springfield, well outside of a historic district.
I know, but it's asking for section 106 review, so.
Well, that Willow Street, the Willow Street.
Willow Street,
Oh, yeah. This one's just outside the National Register District. I can bring it up on the screen here. So the National Register District sits here. And it's this area that they're looking.
The red shaded area?
Yeah, this area.
So that
And,
corner to the corner of the parcel, is that?
And I have, are there plans in here? I saw plans somewhere. They sent me plans. I have plans. I have to find them. But yeah, it's this parking lot that they're getting ready to put a parking.
So is the building across the street in the district and the lot isn't?
Yeah. So
That
it's,
foundation around that parking lot may have some historical significance. There was a building on top of it at one time.
Yeah, so that would be the 106 compliance. Is if they're gonna alter that.
Yeah, otherwise, why would you present something under section 106 if it wasn't historic or didn't used to have something there?
Fabric.
If you don't care.
Fabric, something.
I think what I was informed that it is on the National Register or could be.
Yeah.
Whereas the state it's on the state register.
Yeah.
In this case, they're asking for 106 because it either is or could be on National Register.
Yeah.
So, yeah, my guess is that they're going to be demolishing. Foundation.
Well, I guess that's the question. Is that an actual foundation or is that just poured?
Did somebody pour?
Concrete?
Yeah.
No, the foundation was there. It was originally one time part of this community music school ownership. And it was a parking structure.
Well, it sounds like you need more information on that as well.
So what specifically are you looking for?
Well, Al is sharing is that there was a whole structure that was there before, and then what's there might be historic, so.
I don't know specifically. I'm just bringing it up because we were the architects for the music school, and that was a parking structure that was part their ownership. But the foundation was kept.
And you recognize that as that foundation?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So there's your historic structure.
So if they're planning on removing that, then
That's-
I would assume the commission would find that there is an adverse.
Yes.
So
You guys agree? Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, and so with the SHPO, I would think.
Right.
They're asking for 106 review. It's being reviewed by others besides us.
Yep. Yep.
So is that a comment that you would like me to submit then? I mean, I think you could.
Well, in their letter, it says, does the project include rehabilitation of any existing buildings? It so specify the nature of rehabilitation, and then it says NA. But what we're saying is that foundation wall actually does exist.
Yeah.
And that's historic fabric, so that's, it's not an NA.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, generally what they're doing is looking for comments, so when I write a letter, you want me to.
The foundation wall that's shown is a historic structure.
Yeah, it's not just the concrete fencing,
Right.
it was material to the existing structure, and it might have been the foundation. So removal of that would be adverse effect. You can note that, you know, it wasn't noted in the application at all.
So they may not be aware of it.
Yeah, they might just think it's a concrete footing with a railing on it.
Right.
So,
It's easier to assume that you're compliant than to look for trouble. Let someone tell you you're not compliant, right?
Asking for forgiveness and stuff.
Not that I've done that, I'm just saying, I'm just making
Your point, we're
making a summary on what I see from that, that's all.
so does the commission want me to write that letter and?
Yes,
Okay,
please, that with what's been spoken about.
then, does someone, do you guys want to make a motion to find that there's an adverse impact to the historic foundation that was there, and for me to issue a letter?
We don't know if they're doing anything to it yet. do we?
If they're removing.
They're staying here, they're gonna remove it.
You're gonna,
Oh.
That's what
well,
they're
yeah,
proposing, they don't,
Then,
they're
yeah.
proposing it. So,
No,
okay, so we need a motion from what we discussed to send the letter back to them to say we're objecting.
I move that we send a letter to
EHB would be who I submit.
Yeah, EHB.
advising them that the foundation wall that is shown with a railing on it is in fact historic.
That the concrete pillars could have been the foundation of the previous building. We would find adverse impact of the removal of those. Do we have a second?
second.
Okay, any other comments or questions or input on that from commissioners? Okay, all those in favor?
Yes.
Okay, any opposed? You guys have it, thank you.
Al, did you hear it?
Yes, I'm okay with it.
The next one,
North End Bridge.
yeah, it has been withdrawn, but as it's been withdrawn. The consultant from AECom, they asked me if there was any input in regards to the design that was proposed from the commission or anything that you may or may not have in regarding comments. I don't know if you want to look it over and we can address it at our next meeting. But right now it's been officially withdrawn. Maybe what I can do is bring them in, give like a presentation.
That'd be great.
Okay, I'll do that, because they'll be able to better describe it. And you can get
Yes, so no, it's hard, for me. It's easier to give feedback on a proposal than to just give general comments of best practices.
Okay, bring it in for presentation. So that's that.
Now will be charcuterie served. I'll buy it. Very straight, Springfield.
So that's that. I'll just move into the.
Raise.
That leaves us with 2 demo permits. I believe you saw one of them at the last meeting, which was 52 Bay Street. They have filed that application. There's also been 21 Osborne Terrace, that is the East Springfield Library.
Yep.
They have filed a demolition permit. It's gonna be a little, it's kind of, I just want to put that guy, that on your radar, technically, the commission has the option to move forward with establishing a local historic district if they want to stay put. But East Springfield really wants new libraries. So those are those two. I have one question in regards to 114 Park Drive down in Colony Hills. This guy is looking to rehabilitate this structure. As you can see, the brick has, I can't see, let's put them in zoom out. Yeah, I have to open it up and then go react. And so part of so normally this would fall under non-applicability, but we have this issue on the side here where the bricks have fallen off of the side. Is it okay if I still go ahead and prove it as a non-applicability, or is since technically,
So you gotta,
it's not there now?
well, if you're not making any changes,
Yeah, it's not there now. So the change would be putting the brick back on the wall.
but he's not. Gonna change anything, it's just
No.
not there.
Put the brick up.
Yeah, it's real. I just wanted to make sure before I approved it as a non-applicability.
He's restoring.
Yeah, he's restored.
Restored.
So, okay, so that's good.
What brick is, are you,
To the right of the door, it looks like there used to be brick, and now there's nothing.
oh,
Yeah, there used to be
It's gone.
brick here, it's gone. I don't
Yeah.
know if this one
I
shows.
see.
Yeah,
It
there
kind
it
of
is.
crumbled on.
no,
You can see the, like, one brick at the bottom
right,
left.
the only brick.
Well, it looks like the other ones fell forward, you can see them on the ground.
Mhm.
So is he gonna leave that space open, or does he wanna put the brick
He
back?
wants to put the brick back, so he's.
Okay, so that makes sense.
Okay.
Just, the big thing is to try and make the mortar match and make the bricks look like the other ones. So if he makes them look like the other ones, and it's not like bright white brick.
Yeah.
Then it would be non-applicable, because it would look like the other ones.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I just wanted to, it's a little bit nuanced, but I want to make sure before I approve.
Al, any comment on the ship anchor door knocker on the front of the door?
I think I'm not sure about the color, but it's quite interesting.
Well, it's probably oxidized, it'll probably clean up, it's probably black, who knows? I don't see any burn.
Probably.
Well, I have a question about the brickwork though. Keep my mind, I mean, it's hard to tell from a photograph. Do we know the date of this house?
I forget the date.
Is it 20th century or 19th century?
Limestone, is that where you're going? What's the border gonna be?
The mortar needs to be lime.
Yep.
Because the brick is soft. I mean, he's not gonna be able to find that kind of brick.
Yeah.
Find something that looks like it.
I got some in my house you can come take.
1924.
So it could be,
Yeah, it
okay,
might be okay.
so you might be all right. You should just be careful about how he puts it back together.
It needs to look close as it can to the.
Well, it's more than looking, because it's two different types of material. So if he uses Portland cement with 19th century brick, he's going to,
It'll crush it,
it'll crush the brick.
Yeah.
It
which
won't- it
isn't
won't
our
have water.
problem, but we always try and advocate for best use so that it looks right and is right. There it goes. That's something you can certainly share that came up just on the brick and type of mortar.
It's just,
He's gonna reuse old bricks to try and use limestone so that the bricks don't operate and crack.
brick is a passion thing.
Yep. It's good info.
Pathology.
If you could actually, if you don't mind, Kevin, if you could summarize that in an email, like just essentially the differences between the two bricks and the mortar and the limestone.
How many words?
However, minutes you're appropriate.
He needs an essay, how many words are left?
Not an essay.
Right, that's probably.
It's a short story.
It would be helpful for me and helpful to
Sure.
communicate.
Well, yeah, okay, I'll send you something.
And then just a few non-applicabilities. I had one at the library, 220 State Street. They put up polycarbonate clear sheathing behind the grates, so trash them. So underneath the stairs, so I did that. 47 Darkwood Street was exterior restoration and painting. And then 415 State, 49 Sumner Avenue, both were replacing existing roofs. Those are two schools, actually. Sumner Elementary and Commerce. So those are done, and I'll have a slew of non-applicabilities coming for next meeting. So, and that is all.
Forum call. It's 21st. Yeah. What do you guys, Kevin? Okay.
Present.
Me? Definitely. Definitely. You're definitely me. Okay, I should be here as well. Anything for public speak out? Anyone? Bueller? One last thing, I would just like to personally thank everybody in the room and everybody online, because this is a volunteer army for most of us. And I definitely appreciate serving with everybody here. I like everybody's time and attention. You're all good people, and I really like being here because there's no drama. We all come from the same place. So if no one's told you thank you for your service and thank you for putting your time in, I just want to tell you that.
Are you running for office?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Sometimes
Sure.
people never get a thank you, so I'm just telling you thank you, and I personally appreciate serving with you, so that's it. And I just genuinely saying thank you.
Yeah, and piggybacking off of that, I thank everyone for being responsive, because I know I send out a lot, so. And
You really do a great job.
Yes.
I pay attention to things, you hear it, and we don't typically hear. I mean, generally in life, especially when you're in any kind of service, you get 1 out of 20 people that say thank you, and 19 out of 20 like complain about something. You get a lot of thank yous, which to us, I think tells us that the amount of detail and preparation you have with people, they're feeling it. So thanks for what you're doing on the front end, because it definitely helps us when we get applications and things are worded out. We're gonna have a bunch of questions, and what does it look like, and why isn't this filled out, and there's 2 different things on the application, so. The things you're doing on the front end make it easy for us to just get to the meat of the matter. So thank you for your thoroughness on that, appreciate it. Did I miss anything, Al?
Well, thank you for sharing.
My pleasure. Kevin?
Are we gonna come back to the question of that document on new construction?
So I put a hard copy in so you could go through, it's easier, I think, in paper.
Yeah.
And please mark it up and submit comments to me, so I can just compile everything. And then we can select a time and date where we actually go through it, so.
I think we should do it as soon as possible.
Yes, I agree.
It's really confusing for people.
Yeah.
Because there's already been a bunch of work on it, so. But
Yeah.
you know, we want everybody's input, especially the new people that weren't here when this was first written. So we can get that back, we can push it forward and hopefully get it out.
If it helps,
Make it
put
part
a
of the policy.
deadline down, is end of the month too long, or do you wanna do till the next meeting?
To give you to.
Give you comments, yeah.
Yeah, I can give you feedback.
I haven't given you comments.
Yeah, so Kevin had really helped me formulate some
Yeah,
stuff.
so just, why don't you just maybe put that in the minutes for the other board members that are here, is that. Yeah, we're gonna get everybody to the end of the month for comments, so we can kind of get this thing moving.
So
Yeah.
in June.
Yes. So now you just need a.
Motion to adjourn. Oh, and Attorney Shuchuk, hold on a second, thank you, because you're online too there, so thank you as well.
Thank you, Rob.
You guys are very welcome.
Work on that duck under a little bit though, you were a little slacking. Pulling the arm up, you gotta work on that.
Uh-oh. Thanks, coach.
You're welcome. Okay, motion to adjourn,
Second.
all those in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, Al. Bye.